Hi everyone, this is my first YouTube video. I just want to talk about this small game that I have created back in the summer. It is a 2D world where the rabbit you see here can do walk, jump, roll, combo attack, and mine the terrain. It is quite basic, but I do learn a lot from creating all of these. The reason why I tried to make this project is because I got inspired by some devlog video and some games that I play like Minecraft and Terraria. And that's what makes me start to learn code and using the Unity game engine. Right now I'm still quite noob at this, but I believe I'm still improving on it. But the most important thing that I learned while making this is the ability to learning learn from the online sources. Before I'm quite bad at learning like through YouTube because it is quite a distracting platform because there's it's the entertainment place. But after this project, it really helps me able to do a lot of YouTube tutorial search on YouTube and helps me able to learn. And another thing that I learned from this project is to be more, how do I say, more, I think more self reliance. Like, for example, there's some tutorials that teach you about coding, and then they will show you the way how is it done and how is it right. But before I was trying to follow them, but the more I follow, the least I learn. That's what I realized because I do not understand the logic behind the reason they start to write this, even though they might explain some part of the logic, but it's really broad explanation of the logic, and so it just really helps me alienating the game that I created. I do try to make this game another version before, but a lot of this code is I copy down what they wrote and some ask from the AI. So I just don't feel attached to this game. So this is a new version of the game that I created, and then it is mostly created by me. Even though it's so messy, the code is like unimaginably messy. If statement like stacking over each other, but I do not care. I just want to understand the core concept of using Unity and then helps me learn. Yeah, that's what I really want to learn from making the games and also helps me feel more connected to my games. There's two things that I'm really proud when I was making this game is first is the animation. I'm not that good at drawing. I'm actually okay, but I think I'm able to tell like what is good art and bad art. So every time I draw a bad art, I tell myself this is not okay. So I just erase it and draw it again and again, again. I draw like at least a 10 times for the walkings and attacking. The it takes so much time. And then if you see the video in the first section of the video, I also spent so many times on it. But what I really enjoy making this is I can share my creativity to others through this form, and then people can feel. I want to see people feel like enjoy watching this, and I just get this happy from knowing that people likes my works. And another thing that I'm really proud of is the light system in this game. I spent so many time on this figuring out how to making this. There's not much tutorials on YouTube, and also I tell myself I don't want to copy down what other wrote. So I really try to improvise what I learned from before, and I'm making my own. And then it looks pretty great, right? It can like they have gradient between the airs and the ground. It looks good, and I can interact with the character. I'm pretty happy with the result. The challenge of making this game is definitely not burning out. The two hardest thing while I was creating is first finding a way to make a chunk system. For example, the map is 100 or no, like 1000 times 1000. You can't just generate everything at once. I mean, you can, but you need a really good computer, and it will create so much lag while you run it. So the good thing is generating based on the position of the player and only the surroundings. So whatever is outside of camera, it will not show. And this is the one of the hardest thing that I have to figure out. Another thing is the light system. This thing I spend the most time of it. I literally spent a week of like reasoning what is the logic that is best for this light, and in the end of the week, it turns out that what I wrote is just useless. It does not work and so much bug, so I just do it again, and then I spend another weeks, and thankfully it did, and then I'm pretty happy with the result. In conclusion, I think using AI and YouTube is a good way of learning, but making it write codes might seem efficient at first, but if you don't understand the logic, it is really hard to change or tweak in the future. And then you will feel this alienation of like to your games that you don't feel belong. The game is like creating an art, but you letting other people draw for you, it just doesn't make sense for me.